Tzu Chi Dominican Republic Liaison Office celebrates 20 years of spreading the seeds of great love. Traveling deep into Northern Thailand to learn about the history of how stateless individuals came about. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Lori Chen. Thank you for joining us. Today we start off our program in the Dominican Republic. Tzu Chi Dominican Republic Liaison Office is officially 20 years old. It was the very first point of contact in the Caribbean. This all started due to a disaster relief mission back in 1998 for Hurricane Georges. Recently, an anniversary celebration was held where many past, present, and soon-to-be volunteers attended.
Tzu Chi celebrated 20 years in the Dominican Republic with this performance. A sign language song was performed and senior Tzu Chi commissioners formed a human chain, demonstrating their commitment to moving forward. Students from the Tzu Chi La Romana school appeared in neat uniforms with bright smiles on their faces. They no longer need to scavenge scrap heaps to survive, as they are filled with love. Tzu Chi's first contact point in the Caribbean now has 20 years of history. Dharma Master Zheng Yan sent a letter of blessing to celebrate. An American Tzu Chi volunteer who worked with this office for many years made the special trip to celebrate the occasion.
In Dominican Republic, we can't forget Hurricane of George in 1998. Because of this, we have a stronghold to establish Tzu Chi with many bodhisattvas helping out.
A team that does good deeds was joined by Taiwanese businessmen and local volunteers who joined. They all received training later and completed certification to undertake the Tzu Chi mission.
I truly hope in my heart that the seeds of Tzu Chi will spread more widely about.
Felicidades, Tzu Chi.
Happy birthday, Tzu Chi. Thank you for your great contribution to the world.
Felicidades, Tzu Chi. Felicidades, Tzu Chi.
Tzu Chi 20年生日快乐。
Tzu Chi 20年 ，Go Go Go！
Taking you back to 1998, when Hurricane Georges ravaged through both Central and South America. Back then, both the U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers and a group of Taiwanese entrepreneurs in the Dominican Republic went and assessed the damages of the hardest hit areas. This led them to La Romana, where the story about the people of the Garbage Mountains began. In addition, the group of women from privileged backgrounds has now turned out to be the solid foundation for Tzu Chi in the Dominican Republic. In 1998, Hurricane Georges ravaged through both Central and South America. Both U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers and the local Taiwanese entrepreneurs went to La Romana to conduct disaster relief assessments. What they saw and smelled when they got to the area will forever be ingrained in their minds. The sun is baking from above, and the ground is steaming from the heat. Every single person is soaked in sweat. The Tzu Chi volunteers were hand-delivering supplies to the affected and saying thank you to them. Those images kept on replaying in my mind. I was awestruck by that. I had asked myself, why are these people doing this? What for? The compassionate hearts of the Tzu Chi volunteers had brought this group of women from privileged backgrounds to the poorest areas of the Dominican Republic. Most of them were shocked by what they saw, but they did not back down. Every single distribution, free clinics, they were always following close by the Tzu Chi volunteers. They helped by applying their knowledge of the country.
According to each needed function, we will allocate different tasks to each person. Everyone worked together. The team spirit was what touched us the most.
Coming here, seeing that, even if the candy was covered in dirt, they will still cherish it, they will still eat it. I think we have a lot to learn from them.
20 years ago, one compassionate thought laid down the most solid foundation for Tzu Chi in the Dominican Republic.
They kept on covering their noses, saying to us, "Don't you guys smell that stench?" I told them that if we don't think it smells bad, then we won't. Just think about it. These people live in these type of conditions day in and day out. However, for us, we only come visit them once in a while. So if we can't take the smell, how are they able to? This is a form of respect.
After the disaster assessments were done, we would all head back and have a meeting. We needed to discuss the details and also what we were planning on doing the next day. Everyone was already super tired heading back, but we still needed to be there. However, for the Tzu Chi volunteers, they were all still full of energy, still going over various tasks and plans. They were continuing to work all the way till 11 p.m. or midnight. We all had to head out at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning the very next day. I was amazed at their work ethic, a team that is full of positive spirit and energy. Like, what was it that motivated them to work so joyfully? The curiosity in the very beginning had motivated this group of women to eventually find the answers through giving. Now they're all doing good deeds with a joyful heart as well. Speaking of the La Romana community, Dominican Republic Tsiji volunteers have been caring for the local residents ever since that fateful day when they saw them scavenging for food in the garbage mountains. Not only has the whole community changed for the better, the Tsiji La Romana school was also established. Therefore, this time, a dental-free clinic was conducted at the school. For most of the children, it was their very first time seeing a dentist.
In Taiwan, with the national medical insurance, going to see the dentist is quite reasonably priced. However, in the Dominican Republic, the fees of dental treatments can easily cost up to 3 days' worth of salary for an individual. Especially in the La Romana area, the majority of the impoverished households can't afford the dental care, which is why for many of the children, this was their first time seeing the dentist. While sitting in the dental chairs, each child is waiting with fear. They haven't even opened up their mouth yet. Tears were already steaming down their faces. The volunteers were right by their side, holding on their hands, trying to comfort their scared little hearts. A dental-free clinic was conducted at the Tsiji La Romana school. Most of the students have a lack of dental health education, plus they love to eat sweets, which is not a good combination. Due to not having the means to go see the dentist for regular checkups, a variety of teeth problems have long been bothering the population.
Muestra, ¿cuál es la? ¿Está nervioso? ¿Tú lloras? ¿Llora mucho? 我问他说：“那你痛的时候是不是会哭？”他说：“对，一直哭。”
This time, 20 students needed to seek dental care. Under the circumstances of no electricity and water, the 2 dentists have done mostly tooth extractions and dental fillings.
For the issue of sterilization, we couldn't sterilize at 100%. We had thought about using an oven to heat up the instruments, but we don't have any electricity here. It just wasn't a possible solution.
Dr. Angela's son is a Tima dentist. She has already participated in the free clinics ever since she was 9 years old. She has always been one of the best dental assistants.
I used to always be in charge of holding up the flashlights, helping with the translations, and assisting a dentist in any possible way. In the end, I became a dentist myself. Before, I always thought that the work they were doing was incredible. So now I'm able to do the same things myself without needing other people to translate for me.
20 years ago, Hurricane George devastated both Central and South America. At that time, Tsiji volunteers came to the Dominican Republic to conduct disaster relief missions. They started with providing free clinics to the affected residents.
We will conduct a free clinic each season, because here the medical resources are really limited. Plus, the children have severe dental issues. I believe in the future, we will provide more services in terms of quality dental care and ongoing dental health education to the public.
The volunteers have never lost sight of their initial vows. They have accompanied the children ever since the very beginning, never left their side. They hope they will grow up in good health.
Staying in Dominican Republic, over the years, many local volunteers have emerged and started to learn many missions of Tsiji. Even though the majority of the local volunteers are Catholics, their religious beliefs do not hinder them from doing Tsiji. It actually serves as a greater motivation for them to show the community through actions that love transcends religious boundaries. During class, Fernanda is full of energy. After school is over, she and her colleagues will head into the community as Tsiji volunteers. Still full of enthusiasm, this gentleman here came from Haiti. Due to suffering from a stroke, he needed help from others.
I would like to head back to my homeland, Haiti. I don't have any family here. I don't have anything here.
Providing comfort, delivering supplies, and helping with cleaning up the home environment. All of these things they've learned from the senior Tsiji volunteers.
As long as we can find the issue at hand, there is always a way to do good deeds.
However, as a Catholic, participating in the activities of a Buddhist organization isn't an easy ordeal.
In fact, in the very beginning, many community residents were very skeptical of them. They would think that they were volunteering with Tsiji, maybe to get some kind of benefits in return.
By using physical actions, the volunteers had changed everyone's preconceptions about Tsiji. In the Dominican Republic, there were already a total of 14 local residents participating in the volunteer training sessions. There were many changes. Many changes took place around here. You see, all of this is change. It was immediate. The answer is right here. The changes. Without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are today. Wearing the gray uniform, Claudina understands the deeper meaning behind the ensemble.
The uniform has nothing to do with religion. It's about wanting to help those who are in need. That is my main mission.
Ernestina is honored to be able to wear the uniform.
To be able to wear this uniform, I feel very good inside. I feel like I'm already part of the Tzu Chi family, like I'm already part of Taiwanese myself.
The hot meal distribution station in La Romana is made up of a group of Catholic volunteers. They're doing Tzu Chi's work and have taken initiative to care for the community's solitary seniors. Just like in the past, the selfless love and care that they receive is no different than what they are giving to others now. Turning our cameras to Jordan, we'll meet a Tzu Chi care recipient who is a Syrian refugee. He has been suffering from a heart condition for the past 5 years. Fortunately, Tzu Chi volunteers came just in time with financial assistance for his medical expenses.
Mr. Mohammed Abdul Rahman Sakani has lived a life full of sadness. After fleeing to Jordan from his home 5 years ago, he suffered heart disease.
He almost died at a government hospital. They used electric shock to revive him.
After being resuscitated, he wasn't able to afford treatment at the hospital and still needs to do part-time jobs to feed his family of 5. They also took in an old refugee couple as they all squeeze into this rented room.
This elderly man needs kidney dialysis.
Before leaving, Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Chouhua treats a thumb injury on the hand of Mr. Sakani's eldest daughter. With love and compassion, many are able to overcome injuries both great and small and continue the path forward.
Today we'll introduce to you a brand new series on the stateless population located in Northern Thailand. Let's take a look at our in-depth report.
Thailand is one of the top 10 tourist destinations in the world. Many come to experience the friendliness of Thai people. On this trip, we go to remote areas with few tourists to seek out the same kindness. Bangkok Jingsa Hall, a UN-free clinic for refugees is held. This is the one day refugees can walk freely and have their illness treated. Despite their pain, many are still smiling. The home in Ban Mai Nong Bua, Chiang Mai, is for many retired soldiers who suffered defeat in the war and taken refuge here. Let's see if we can bring them a little happiness in their old age.
你几岁了？60了。60。那天说70，今天说60，我也不知道他几岁。
This village in Chiang Rai, high up in the mountains, is where soldiers and refugees from the war and their descendants live. It's a difficult life, and what will make these people smile? The Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School offers a place for children from this mountainous region to study. Their path to education is not easy. What makes them so brave and courageous, and what makes them smile? Walking the Bodhisattva path, we will find many inspirational stories to share with everyone.
Recently, U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers held a free clinic in Santa Ana, California. This is a regular event that is conducted once every 4 months, dedicated to help the local impoverished immigrant families. This time, there were many young doctors joining the ranks of the Tima medical team.
Early in the morning, Tzu Chi volunteers are already preparing for the free clinic, which will be held at the Youth Activity Center in Santa Ana, California. We can see many people already in line outside the venue.
I came at 2:30 a.m. I wanted to come early so that I can see the ophthalmology.
Once every 4 months, volunteers will conduct a free clinic in Santa Ana, California. For this patient, she was very happy when she received these glasses. Among the patients, there's also Fortino, whose teeth rotted and fell out. He's also an old friend of the volunteers.
8 years ago, we were promoting the program Happy Campus, and we met this school worker who helped us with decorations for the event every Friday. Recently, he told us that his teeth have fallen out due to severe tooth decay.
After forming good affinities with the volunteers, a Tima dentist helped fit him with dentures.
They said there's a little return for what I've been helping them, so they're going to help me now. And that's very nice for you guys. I really appreciate that.
On the other hand, Tima dentist Dr. Chris Liu have participated in the free clinics ever since 2013. Besides providing treatment, he also donated medical equipment. Moreover, he has been helping the junior doctors as well.
I am happy to see more and more junior doctors coming to help at the free clinics. It's a good thing. This way, the spirit of Tzu Chi can be passed down to one another.
At the free clinic, most of the patients are Mexican immigrants with no medical insurance. Tzu Chi Tima wanted to provide the best treatment to safeguard their health.
Speaking of free clinics, the Los Angeles Tima dental team has been helping the underprivileged population in remote areas for over 10 years now. The medical team is very dedicated in providing the highest quality of medical care. However, just as important are the group of devoted volunteers.
Close your mouth a little bit.
On the dental chair, a patient with disabilities whines constantly.
Perhaps he's physically handicapped, so he's afraid of pain. Whenever I touch him gently, even if it wasn't painful, he would still put himself in extreme pain. I kept telling him to relax, or else he will suffer from anoxia if he's intense for a long time.
Tzu Chi's DaAi mobile clinic started serving underprivileged people in 2000. Every time a free clinic is held, the preparations, the sanitation beforehand, or the passing of equipment all require the help of dental assistants.
Whenever the patients are treated, I will be touched at that moment because the patients will raise their heads and look at the doctors. The looks in their eyes have touched me, and I feel that it's nice to serve these patients.
Thank you, guys.
The patients' smiles and looks have motivated Ho Xiumian to serve patients for over 10 years.
It's been 2 years. 2 years since I've been to a dentist, and they say I have wonderful teeth.
Besides every dental chair, there is a dentist with a heart of kindness. Also, a mindful and helpful assistant will be by their side. Together, they have accomplished many free clinics, and they have passed down love and warmth to the patients as well.
In Australia, Adelaide Tzu Chi volunteers recently held a gratitude ceremony for the many Tzu Chi donating members. They invited the children of care recipients to perform the silent grace song, One Family, to thank all the individual support for the past year. Many care recipients also brought back their filled coin banks, wanting to pay the love forward to help more people in need. The Tzu Chi Adelaide Liaison office recently held a gratitude ceremony inviting both local volunteers and the public. The opening song, Pull the Cart Forward, grabbed the attention of all the attendees.
This natural disaster.
To thank the Tzu Chi donating members for their support for the past year, volunteers invited Tzu Chi care recipients' children to perform the sign language song One Family. The touching lyrics convey the years of persistence of the local volunteers. At the venue, volunteers also distributed school shoes and uniforms to the children of the care recipients, hoping that they will focus on their schoolwork. The love and care of the volunteers has come full circle. At the end of the program, many people brought their filled coin banks, hoping they too can light up a dark corner of society. In Malaysia, there's a mother-son duo who has been cared for by the local Tzu Chi volunteers for many years already. The son has just recently received Tzu Chi scholarships by a Filial Piety Award for his love and devotion toward his mother. He is his mother's greatest support system.
7 years have passed. While sitting beside his mother, the little boy in the picture is all grown up now. He has grown to be a lot taller than his mother. In 2012, Shahadet's father had passed away due to illness. As a well-behaved and a caring child, he was the best little helper to his mother. They made a living by setting up a small street food stand.
I want to thank Allah for giving me this child. Although he was only 9 years old at that time, he had the maturity of 12 years old. He knew what was the right thing to do.
He was a chunky little thing. He rode his bicycle everywhere. At that time, his mother was still selling food on the streets. So every time we went to visit the family, we would be talking to them on the street. Most of the time, we would see him helping his mother or doing his homework.
My mom used to work very hard. She worked all day and night to make ends meet. I saw just how difficult it was for her.
From first grade to sixth grade, Shahade had always been in the advanced classes. I told him that he needed to work hard in his studies so that people will not think any lesser of us.
I also took on some part-time jobs because I wanted to lessen the financial burden of the family. I would work in restaurants or wash cars, etc.
He used to be quite shy, but he has a pure and simple heart. In addition, the love for his mother hasn't changed at all. It still remains the same. I think that is something very special about this child.
From a little boy to now, a full-grown teenager, he is his mother's greatest support system and comforting factor.
People nowadays are always on the go. There's very little opportunity to have a peaceful moment to ourselves. Therefore, Guangzhou Tzu Chi volunteers made it a point to invite community residents to come participate in a flower arrangement class. Not only did the attendees learn how to arrange flowers, but it was also a great way to calm their minds in this bustling world we live in. Thank you for watching. See you next time.